प्रायेण तीर्थाभिगमापदेशे तीर्थानि पुनन्ति सन्तः तत्रोपजग्मो भुवनं पुनाना Upajagmuhu arrived, Bhuvanam, the universe, Punanaha, those who can sanctify, Maha Anubhavaha, great minds, Munayaha, thinkers, Sashishyaha, along with their disciples, Prayena, almost, Tirtha, place of pilgrimage, Abhigama, journey, Apadeshai, on the plea of, Swayam, personally, He, certainly, Tirthani, all the places of pilgrimage, sanctify, Santaha, sages. Translation purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Translation: at that time all the great minds and thinkers, accompanied by their disciples and sages who could verily sanctify a place of pilgrimage just by their presence, arrived there on the plea of making a pilgrim's journey. Please repeat. At that time all the great minds and thinkers, accompanied by their disciples and sages who could verily sanctify a place of pilgrimage just by their presence, arrived there on the plea of making a pilgrim's journey. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. When Maharaj Parikshit sat down on the bank of the Ganges, the news spread in all directions of the universe, and the great-minded sages of the occasion all arrived there on the plea of pilgrimage. Actually, they came to meet Maharaj Parikshit and not to take a bath of pilgrimage, because all of them were competent enough to sanctify the places of pilgrimage. Common men go to pilgrimage sites to get themselves purified of all sins. Thus the places of pilgrimage become overburdened with the sin. But when such sages visit overburdened places of pilgrimage, they sanctify the places by their presence. Therefore, the sages who came to meet Maharaj Parikshit were not very much interested in getting themselves purified like common men, but on the plea of taking a bath in that place, they came to meet Maharaj Parikshit because they could foresee that Srimad Bhagavatam would be spoken by Shukadeva Goswami. All of them wanted to take advantage of the great occasion. Tasanstha Bhaktivedanta Purporto Madhyanatimirang Dasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshulmilitam Ena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Namah Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Nitinamine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschat Deshatarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. His paraphernalia, opulence, everything, and he retired to the banks of Ganges because he understood that in next 1 week he is going to die. That way, Parikshit Maharaj is fortunate enough to get a clear signal that in a week's time he is going to pass away. And since he is Krishna conscious from the childhood, he prepared for his death in a different way. Some time back, somebody conducted a survey. They said, if you know that you are going to die in 48 hours, what will you do? Most of them said, I could not go to some place, so I want to finish that. And somebody says, I want to eat my favorite dish, all 48 hours. Like that, everybody spoke some pending item in their mind. But actually, here you can see Parikshit Maharaj is thinking in a different way. A 7-day clear notice, and then he decided to exclusively spend his time on Mukunda Angri. Here the word that is Mukunda Angrim Ananya Bhavo. Not to think of anything else, but Mukunda Angrim. Exclusively focus on the lotus feet of Krishna. So as soon as he reached there, on the banks of the Ganges, the whole universe came to know that Parikshit Maharaj has arrived on the banks of Ganges. And then all these saintly persons, they decided to come there. What is this mechanism by which whole universe came to know? They don't have WhatsApp, they don't have any social media. Even if you have also, you can hardly reach only one planet. Now, it is said that the whole universe came to know. The news spread in all directions of the universe. So then, Mahanubhava Munayaha, the great souls, the great thinkers, the sages who are broad-minded, great-minded, Sashishya, along with their disciples, they arrived. Tatra Upajagmu, they arrived there. And what kind of people they are? They can even purify Bhuvanam Punana. They can purify, they can sanctify, wherever they go. And then why did they come? Under the plea, they also have an excuse. They said, no, we want to take a bath. Prayena Tirtha. Tirthabhigama Apadeshai. Apadeshai means in the plea. So, they came to that place saying that we want to take a bath. But actually their intention is, they want to meet Parikshit Maharaj. Swayam hi tirthani punanti santaha. Why? Their desire is not to purify themselves, they are already pure. They can purify those pilgrimage places. But they came specifically to meet Parikshit Maharaj, knowing very well that Shukadeva Goswami, he is likely to reach there. Because they are great, they are Mahanubhavas, they can foresee. So they know once Shukadeva Goswami arrives there, there will be a conversation and there will be very important questions and answers. Parikshit Maharaj is about to die. So certainly there is a very prominent discussion. Somebody is very desperate to understand, what should I do? His first question to Shukadeva Goswami was, what should a dying man should hear, should talk, should behave? This is the question, obviously. Somebody who is about to die, what should he do? This is his question. So Prabhupada explains in many places that Parikshit Maharaj's situation is very stable, is very clean, because he at least got a notice that in 7 days he is going to die. So Prabhupada says, who has that guarantee in this world? Who has that clear signal that, okay, you still have some 7 days or 7 weeks of time? Who has such privilege? Parikshit Maharaj has a great privilege because he came to know well in advance. But in this world, who has that guarantee? Any time, anything can happen. They say, Arey, still yesterday he is very nice, he is talking to us very nicely, and he ate nicely also. All those things we will say. And suddenly the next day, you will see he is no more. So this, everybody understands this, but somehow it doesn't strike. It doesn't strike the people that my life is so tottering, so fickle, that any time it can go away. That nobody, somehow it doesn't strike. There is one song by Govinda Das, Bhaja Hure Mana song. There he compares our life, like in the water there is one lotus, Tamra Pushpa in Telugu. There is a lotus, and if any water falls on it, it is so slippery, actually it doesn't stay. Maybe one drop will be there, but it will be shaking. It is not stable. Our lives are exactly like this. In this ocean of this material world, we are like a small entity and always shaking. Today something, tomorrow something else, day after tomorrow something else. This is our life. So, people who realize that yes, my life is so flickering, let me hold on to something, they'll be scrambling to hold on to something. There is nothing permanent in this world. So what can they hold on to? If they think my friends can save me, the friends are also shaking. If they think my family members can save me, family members are also shaking. If they think my business will save me, even business is also shaking. My government will save me, and governments are also shaking. Recently we saw one government changed. They are also shaking. So everything is tottering and shaking all around me. So what is that I can hold on to remain stable? Natural question, no? Let us say in the bus you are there, and suddenly the bus moves. Everybody, shakes. Then what will you do? You want to hold on to something. Otherwise you will fall off. Everybody. So it's a common sense. So similarly, in this material world also, there is a huge struggle. People will want to hold on to something that can save them. But they think, if I can increase my money, if I can increase my status, I can increase my family members, I can increase my power, I can be stable. This is what they think. But actually, none of these things can give any stability. Any time those stability can, fall off. For example, in India, somebody rose up to the world's third billionaire, topmost in the ranking 1, 2, 3. So one of the Indians have reached that position. The topmost, richest, just after the Tesla man is there, Indian. And then everybody is glorifying, everybody is praising. Suddenly some report came from UK, some company said that, there is some problem in this third most wealthiest company. As soon as they repeat, the stock value fell down. Stock values are speculative. They are like gambling. So on that day, his day is not good. All the stocks crushed. It's a gambling after all. So his wealth has come down drastically and is no more third. Is not even in first 25. Not even in first 100. He's out of the scene. One day, just one day. Just before that day, he is giving interview, his picture is there in all the newspapers and this and that. The next day, he is no more in the list. So this is what the life is. Everybody is seeing. Day in and day out they see, but somehow it doesn't strike us. That's why our minds are called narrow-minded, fickle-minded. But here those people who are coming here, who are they? Mahanubhava. They are great-minded people. They are not like these fickle-minded, narrow-minded people. They understood, yes, in this world it is not at all intelligent to expect any stability. Not at all intelligent. They know. So that's why they are Mahanubhavas. See, surprising. If somebody is making a lot of arrangements in this world for increasing and stabilizing, he is glorified in this world. Oh, yes, a great man, great. But they are not the great men. Here is the great people. They understood the temporary nature of this world. Munayaha, they are great thinkers also. They think nicely, they have great minds, and they have disciples, Sasishya, and they decided to come. So, in the assembly of Shukadeva Goswami and Parikshit Maharaj, who are all seated? Mahanubhava, Munayaha, Sasishya, and they are great disciples. This is the assembly. You can see what kind of a pious assembly it is. Most purified, sanctified assembly of great sages. So, although they came to a Tidha bhi abhighama apadeshai, in the plea of a pilgrimage. So, generally, people go to pilgrimage for what? Of course, of late it has become even more. Generally, pilgrimage means they will go there and take a bath. There will be some flowing river, they will go there and take a bath. I remember, of course, in Rajahmundry, there is a Godavari. So one day, all the some people there, they are all going towards Nashik. We said, what happened? Said, Godavari Pushkaralu is there. Godavari is our next only. That is next door. But no, there we have to go and take bath. So they go all the way to Nashik, take bath. Which river? Same, Godavari only. Which is coming to again their own town. This is the mood of the Indians or many other religions. They travel so long and take some dip and then come back. If it is only bath, then you can take as well here only, no? One bath. For example, people who are living in Howrah, Ganges is there, right there, but they go to Varanasi, they go to Haridwar, they go all these places, Gangotri, all these places, and they take the bath. So Shastra is criticizing this tendency. Just to take bath, why are you traveling so long and then simply taking a bath? Every day you are anyway taking bath, same Godavari water, Ganges water. So then why should I go to Tirtha? Then what is the use of pilgrimage? You mean to say there is no use? No, pilgrimage places they have their own magnetism. There is a presence of the transcendental Lord in all these pilgrimage places. So when somebody goes there, his goal should be to associate with the Supreme Lord by associating with the devotees, with the Vaishnavas. Everybody should travel to pilgrimage to get association of some saintly persons and then understand the temporality of this world, understand what you are searching for, permanency, stability, that is there in the Mukundangri, lotus feet of Krishna. This is the goal of pilgrimage. They learn, yes, even in this world also, I can depend on someone, I can be stable, I can remain peaceful, but I should know how to do that. That is Mukundangri, Ananya Bhava, exclusively focus on Krishna. Whatever we may be doing in our day-to-day life, we may be an officer, a businessman, an employee, or a housewife, or whoever, or a student, or everybody, they should think how I can depend on Krishna exclusively. While I may be typing, while I may be cooking or thinking, still I can depend on Krishna. That process has to be learned from saintly persons, because it's a requirement. You have to learn how to remain stable. Actually, if somebody thinks that I can be peaceful materially, externally, that is never possible. Material peace is not there. One should never even think of it. What is possible is you can be peaceful inside. Soul can be peaceful. Knowing very well that I am connected to Krishna, I am doing my services to Krishna, that's the peace, that's all. Otherwise, outside there is no peace. Continuously there will be waves of all kinds of waves, frustration, depression, anger, that, so many waves will come. So if somebody thinks that I should be peaceful always, that very expectation is illusory, never happens. One can be peaceful only in the mind, in the soul, when the soul is connected to Krishna. So here, because they know Mahanubhava, they know these great-minded souls, they know that Parikshit Maharaj is a great devotee and he is on the verge of death, and Shukadeva Goswami is going to be the speaker. They are very eager to listen to this. Srimad Bhagavatam has no other subject matter other than Krishna. Each and every canto, each and every shloka will guide the listener towards Krishna. In fact, in the beginning of Bhagavatam it is mentioned, if somebody serves Srimad Bhagavatam scrutinizingly, if somebody reads, then Hrudi avaruddhate, the Lord gets caught up in the heart of such a devotee. You can capture Krishna in your heart if you can nicely read Srimad Bhagavatam. So day by day we should serve Bhagavatam, person Bhagavatam, book Bhagavatam, and then you will see slowly Krishna manifests in such a, is already there, we become realized. So Prayena Tirtha Bhikamapadesha. So Prabhupada is saying here, common people go to these pilgrimage places. Yes, there is a potency, and when they go and take bath, actually they will be washed of sins. So they go and dump their sins in the pilgrimage places. So when the sins increase in the pilgrimage place, it is called overburdened. The pilgrimage sites will become overburdened, and when they become overburdened, there will be a reaction. To lighten up the situation, something will go wrong. Some cleansing process will happen. one big tsunami will come, or something will happen, and then it gets lightened up. But actually there is one more way it can be lightened up, purified, and that is if a saintly person visits these places. Prabhupada visited, Bhakti Siddhanta visited, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has visited many holy places. Even Lord Balaram, Lord Krishna. See, there is a tradition of visiting these places, but it has to be done with Krishna consciousness. To enhance our Krishna consciousness, to pick up some fire for preaching, we should go. Not for enjoying, taking a break and trekking and nicely drinking and all this. If the people go there for enjoyment, it becomes overburdened. Place becomes overburdened. And then for example, recently that Joshimat, on the way to Chardham, there is a place called Joshimat. Joshimat is breaking apart. The cracks in their houses. Everybody has to vacate their houses and then they have to move to somewhere else. The whole Joshimat is going to collapse now. So sinful activities have increased. People are going with big drilling machines and big drilling happening in those hills, and all around there is an exploitation. This is called sin. Overburdened by sins. People's activities are not in line with the Shastra. That is sin. So when it is not in line with Shastra, you will see these kind of reactions will come. Sometimes some people will ask, why these pilgrimage places supposed to be very auspicious, Lord is present, why these things are happening, these dangers are happening, something is collapsing, something is happening, tsunami is coming, this coming, that coming. Long ago, I don't know whether you remember, Kedarnath, there was a huge flash flood, killing hundreds and thousands of devotees. Somehow the Kedarnath temple was saved. In that flood, everything got washed away. So the question is why? Why not? You're going and then doing all kinds of things. So there will be some cleansing mechanism. So one should go to pilgrimage places in order to learn, to enhance Krishna consciousness. Not to take advantage of the potency and increase our enjoyment. No. So that's why so when the holy man goes there, saintly person goes there, just by their presence the sinful burden will come down. Just by their presence. How by the presence of some sinful people burden will increase, similarly by the presence of saintly people the burden will come down. So if more and more Krishna conscious devotees go there, make everybody chant and dance, by their very dancing the burden will come down. By their very singing and dancing the burden will come down. So people should go to pilgrimage places with the Vaishnavas and in association of the Vaishnavas to learn chanting and dancing, to eat prasad. Pilgrimage, the pilgrim should be told, you are going to the pilgrimage for austerity, not for enjoyment, for taking tapas. Tapas means inconveniences will be there. Don't expect some 4-5 star hotels and your regular restaurants. Where is my South Indian menu? Where is my curds? Where is my North Indian menu? Gujarati ka menu kidhar hai? You are not going to some 5-star hotel and order whatever you want. No, they should know that I am going to pilgrimage places. Whatever the pilgrimage place is able to offer, whatever the Lord provides, I am happy. I am going there to do tapas. If required, I will fast. Half day, 1 day I can fast. But I will continue to visit the places, glorify the Lord, have darshan, contribute something if it is possible to those poor Vaishnavas or saintly persons who are there. This is called pilgrimage. One should be in the mood of tapas, not in the mood of enjoyment. So, from our organization also, we are conducting these pilgrimages, and our devotees brief all of them like this, that yes, you should be ready to take all kinds of inconveniences. Don't expect perfect arrangements and everything perfect to your liking. No, it may not happen. You are not going for a sightseeing trip. it is something else. It is not sightseeing, it is God seeing. You are seeing Krishna, you are going to see Krishna's Leela in that pilgrimage site. So that should be the mood. So here the Mahanubhavas, they have no desire of just taking one bath and immediately rush back. No. They are interested in hearing something about Krishna. Hear something. So that's the understanding here. So they all reached this holy place, and then we will see who all came for that occasion. In the next slokas you will see the names of the great sages who arrived at that place to be part of this historic conversation between Parikshit Maharaj and Sukadeva Goswami. Very historic. This is remembered eternally, that there is a conversation. Bhagavatam came from there, and so these great sages are going to be part of all this. So we also should be eager to hear Bhagavatam in the holy places. Whenever we go to holy places, we should be eager to hear Bhagavatam, more and more Bhagavatam, chant more, read more. So this should be done. Any questions? When somebody takes a dip like that, he will be freed from sinful activities. Based on his consciousness, the purification happens. If somebody reverentially takes a bath, he knows that this is water emanated from Krishna's lotus feet, reverentially, as a service to his spiritual master or service to Ganges. He takes a dip and then he offers some water back. Like that, somebody who does like that, his purification will be very high. But somebody, he doesn't know anything, but nonetheless, he took a dip and came back, he will also get purified. And all these subtle sins get piled up in the waters. So Ganges can purify, but if there is too much of this kind of sinful accumulation, so even the rivers, the pilgrimage places, they become overburdened. Ultimately, everybody has a capacity. They become overburdened. So this is exactly the question Ganges asks Lord Krishna. This conversation is mentioned in one of the Puranas. So she is asking, my Lord, you are now going back to your abode, and then so people will come and leave all their sins on me, in my waters. So I will get overburdened. So then where should I go? What is the solution to me? Then Krishna says, yes, very soon, mantropasaka, mantropasaka, he says, a upasaka who worships my mantra, my name, he appears. Actually, he is hinting Prabhupada. My mantropasaka will come and there will be a lot of devotees on the face of earth chanting and dancing. And Krishna specifically says they will be distribute prasad. They will be honoring prasad, they will be distributing prasad like that. He mentions about prasadam also. So mantra and prasadam. When they come, they lighten up the burden on this world. And they'll serve you also. So our chanting purifies. It purifies. Let us say government or king can see, oh, so many people are coming to take bath, and that too reverentially. So we should keep the river clean. They'll be forced to. See, externally also you can see how cleansing mechanisms will begin. Actually, somebody sent a small video of Yamuna river in Vrindavan during COVID. You don't believe, crystal clear Yamuna. Crystal clear. In fact, his feet also can be seen, that devotee. His feet inside the water. But now it is not like that. Then what is happening? They are mixing all our sins there. All the industry waste, this waste, that waste, everything they are mixing there. So much of burden for the river. And it's all against rules and regulations. That means it's a sin. Understood? But when the devotees increase and devotees are influencing the governments and everybody, then they'll say, okay. There is one government project called Namami Ganga. They are spending some 20,000 crores or something. Huge revamping of the gods of the Ganges and the whole river. They are shutting down many companies which are releasing water into Ganges. Shutting down, get lost. Good, no? It's a purification. Here also, one government was there, and Pushkaralu was there. They revamped all the ghats and cleansed up the banks. Otherwise, so much of, waste there. Plastic waste, this waste, so much of waste was there. All that has been cleaned up. It's a great seva. Whether they know or they don't know, those rulers will get great piety. Lot of punya. And this is all by the influence of devotees' presence. Their chanting, their dancing, their importance given, they give to those water bodies and this and that. That influences. And more devotees increase, more and more they want to revamp our holy places and all that, and then provide facilities. Well, it's a democracy, no? Numbers. The devotees increase, then they will only. In Vrindavan now, the local government has decided to develop the entire Brajmandal Parikrama, that 84 crores Parikrama. So the entire thing, around 380 kilometers or something, now they are putting a road connecting entire 84 crore, 64, that Parikrama path, entire Parikrama path. As of today, if you go there by car, in this entire path, it will take about 10 days. And if it is by walk, devotees will go by walk, this Parikrama, Brajmandal. It takes 15 days, 1 month, 1.5 months. It all depends on, if you quickly take darshan, tuck and go, then okay, 15-20 days it will take. If you spend little time to understand and to eat something, then it will take 30 days. So you can see, so now government has decided to develop. Why? They saw that Vrindavan, as of today, is getting devotees from all over the world, about 2 crore people per annum. 2 crores. How much people come to Agra, Taj Mahal? About 80 lakh. 80 lakh, and here 2 crore people are coming. Government is saying, Arey, woke up. They said, we have to do something here, we have to develop this. See, when the devotees increase, automatically their influence, their presence will change the whole situation. So, central government has released, released means announced 15,000 crores for this Brajamandal Parikrama. 15,000. Already they released some 50 crores as a token amount. In the next 3-4 years they will complete that. And then internally also they are having a lot of addas where food will be given free. Tidda place, no. So government itself is now developing the places and it wants to give free bhojan to all the people who come. If all these things goes well, they are expecting that this 2 crore will become 4 to 5 crores. Vrindavan. Now imagine our project, the tallest temple in the world. Already all arrangements are happening by the Lord also to make it. All these people will come there. What is this great structure? Anywhere you go, you can see. In Vrindavan, it's like that. So, this is the, this is how the, influence of Vaishnavas, devotees happen. They remove all the negative influences, they force everybody to follow our. In fact, those governments are asking us, Swami ji, बताइए कैसे डेवलप करना है? हमने सुना सप्त मंदिर है, गोस्वामी टेम्पल्स. बोलो कैसे डेवलप करना है? Now they are developing Banki Bihari. 5 acres they are acquiring. Banki Bihari will be now 5 acres. Now currently you don't have anything there. No, from Yamuna to Banki Bihari, they are acquiring 5 acres, clearing everybody. So devotees will have more facilities, nice darshan, prasad, kuch bhajan vagera karo, satsang karo. These are not ordinary, huh? Thousands of crores they are investing to develop. And then not only this, many holy pilgrimage places they are reviving. So the time has come. Good. But people should not go there to create trouble, to overburden. They should go there for enhancing their purification. That is our responsibility. So we should ensure that yes, this is the importance of this place. You should go here, you should do this, you should do that. This is our responsibility.